guys, you around? Glenn Kellaway. I think I'm live. I hope you can hear me. I got my headphones in. I'm not sure if that's impacting it or not. So if someone's around, let me know. Two people watching. Can someone tell me if you can hear me? Because I'm using headphones this time instead of the last time I didn't. Cardboard guy, can you hear me? Hear you fine? Okay, great. Awesome. That's what I needed to hear. Thanks. 7 people jumped on already. That's very cool. How's everyone doing? Hey, Doc. Geez, I'm glad to see you beat the rented mules there, man. I was worried about you there for a bit. So it's Thursday afternoon, and it's either this or have a nap on the couch. So I figured I'd get up and chat with everybody and see what's going on. Not much with me. I'm trying to think of what the heck I'm going to talk about. I know Sam said he's going to come on in a few minutes, so that's cool. I'm kind of pumped for the Tom Petty box set that was just announced live at the Fillmore. I know Sam did a great video on it yesterday announcing it, and I believe Mazzy did one too. Not available yet on Amazon.ca, I see. As typical, we're always slower up here in Canada to get stuff. So, yeah, it looks really good. Dog, big Monday night game helped out. Yeah, I guess. Bob, how are you? I did pre-order the Beatles Revolver set. I'm a little, I don't know, like I just said, in Canada, we seem to be like a third world country when it comes to music. It's still, there's no pricing published up here yet. I talked to my buddy who owns Zap Records in Coburg, Ontario. His name is Tim. He checked, he couldn't get any pricing. If you go on Amazon.ca, there's no pricing published. So what I did is I pre-ordered the vinyl and the CD on Amazon.com. If worse comes to worse and we don't get it up here for some odd reason, I've got my bases covered and I'll get it shipped to my daughter's place in Florida and figure out how to get it from there. But I think eventually they'll give us pricing. We'll see. I'm still torn as to whether to actually, I don't think I can afford both at once. So my concern is because of the inclusion of the all analog mono LP in the vinyl box set, that people are going to go crazy for this set and it's going to sell out. And I don't want to miss out because then all of a sudden, you're bitching about spending $200 and all of a sudden it's worth 2,000. So I don't want to get caught like most people did on the mono box. But that's my only reason why I really want to get the vinyl box quickly. But preferably, I just like to buy, if all's well, I'd like to buy the CD box set, then wait a few months until the dust settles and buy the vinyl box set in like an Amazon warehouse sale for $120 or whatever, like you can do with the Let It Be set now. Hey, Tony, Mark, Sam, $600 for that Uber set. I looked that up, $549 because it looks really good. I would like to get that, but not at that price. There's no way. But I might get that 6LP Tom Petty set. I'm a little concerned that you said there's a lot of Tom Petty chatting between songs. That's cool on CD. If they put the chatting on separate tracks, you can fast forward through it or click ahead. But on an album, you're stuck with it. And after a while, when I'm hearing someone talk before a song, it's great the first time you hear it. First couple times after that, you just go, oh my God, it's getting tedious now. I don't need to hear this repeated talking forever and ever. Wow. So I got there's a used CD store. Actually, there's 3 of them. They're called Deja Vu Discs in the Greater Toronto area. The closest one's about an hour from me. Anyway, I had to go to Toronto the other day for a physical, so I stopped by, and this store basically sells movies and CDs. But there's a guy, they got to deal with some guy. He brings in used records and they put them on the shelf, just randomly throw them in piles. And there's about 500 records. And then, I went in and I picked up 4 albums. They're all like $7, $8 each. But I'm going to save some of them for Sam. Why is my thing doing that? Hold on a second. I got to try and figure out why this thing's yapping at me. Don't search.
I'm having trouble.
Hold on, I got this stupid thing going on. I wish I could shut it off.
I'm having trouble connecting to the
Well, don't.
Please check your Wi-Fi.
There, I think I canceled it. That's my sound bar. It has a Bluetooth in it, and all of a sudden it starts thing. But anyway, sorry, getting back to this. There's a couple of cool albums I picked up. This one that I've always wanted, I remember liking these songs. It's Nancy and Lee. So it's got Some Velvet Morning on it, and what other songs? Summer Wine. Yeah, Jackson. They did some cool stuff on here. Oh, I'm going to start. I've got to find out how to get these. Oh, there we go. So Tom says Sam says apparently it's humorous stuff. Usually Petty doesn't pull out filler on box sets. Yeah, but like I said, Sam, the first couple times you hear it, it's humorous, and after that, it's like, oh my God, like how can I skip this? I've heard it a million times. Bob, Amazon, it was CDs $189 and down to $139. Glad I waited. I pre-ordered Revolver yesterday at $111.98. Wow, that's a good deal. $111. That in Canadian money, that would be about $140, I'm assuming. Scylla House, thanks, Doc. Hey, Glenn, I am having trouble with my phone. I will get smile to you when I hope you are okay. I miss you guys. I will get in touch then. Lots of love, Scylla. Well, yes, please. Get your phone fixed. Sam's off to the pharmacy for drugs. Whoa, pick up some for us. Get something good. Free shipping too. Hey, Bob, is that Amazon? The free shipping and Prime thing? Is that where you ordered it? I guess Bob doesn't want to tell me too fast. He can't tell. He's typing slow. Yes. Bob says yes. It took him a long time to type YES, didn't it? Bob, come on, get with it. Get in the game, man. Amazon Prime. This thing with Amazon Prime. So when I'm in Florida, I order stuff from Amazon for my daughter, and then they always give you a Prime for free. And then I get it shipped to her place while I'm down there. And then I forget that I'm signed up for Amazon Prime, and now I'm in Canada, and they're charging me for Amazon Prime, and I have no way of using it. Slow life scroll. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so I am fine, Adam. I saw your comment today in on my video, and that you wanted to exchange some CDs. I think that's a freaking great idea. Let's get together, please. If contact me through my Instagram, we can exchange personal info and make that happen. That would be cool. Dave, I have no topic today. It's an open forum, man. Just talk whatever you want about. I was just showing a couple of albums I got. Um, Nancy and Lee. There's another one I want to show here. Um, Anybody remember a movie from the 70s called Oh Lucky Man? I think the movie was like, who did the movie? It was somebody famous, like Stanley Kubrick, or one of those guys. Anyway, um, the soundtrack was done by Alan Price. I don't know if you guys know who Alan Price is, but he was the keyboard player in the Animals, and one of them, the integral parts of the Animals, as far as I'm concerned. Um, he did the soundtrack, and it's right here called "Oh Lucky Man." It's really good, and I've been looking for this album forever. I had it years ago, and I've never been able to find it. And I look, and just like the condition of it, it's like absolutely mint. It's the craziest movie. It's kind of bent. I don't know if you ever get a chance to see it if you're a movie buff, but very, very came with a cardboard sleeve. I got to get that figured out. But on Warner Brothers label and in pretty good shape. So I'm real happy to get that one. Okay. Is that the only way to reach you is through Instagram? I mean, if you want to reach me through Instagram, I can give you my email address. I don't know if I is it safe to put my email address up on the screen? I don't know. Who am I going to get bugging me? I'm just afraid if it's published. Not that I mind, but because you can always block them. But it's the best way to reach me. And then if you want to talk privately or share any information, we can exchange email addresses, Bob. That's no problem. Oh, look at that. I'm going on vacation. Must be nice. October. Wow, an October holiday. Thanksgiving vacation. No, don't do it. See, Dave's telling me not to put my email up there, so I'm not doing it. I have not ordered the Grateful Dead MSG set yet, Caleb. I delayed 1 week. What's the release date on that? I really want it, but again, I if I get it, I'm going to get it shipped to Florida. So because dead.net, they get free shipping if you'd order it from the website. So I would get it shipped to my daughter's place and then somehow figure it out. Where's Adam going? I'm going to cruise all around the UK. That sounds pretty good. I was just talking to someone who had was in Ireland, and their friend did that. They went to cruise and they stopped at all the ports along in Belfast and I guess all along probably Liverpool and Southampton and wherever. I guess I'm not sure. That's something I would love to do. Adam, whereabouts in the UK are you? What city? Are you in London or? Bob says he wouldn't do it. Some YouTubers have a PO box if people want to send them stuff. Oh, I see. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll consider doing that. Very cool. Thanks, Bob. I'm going to look into that. Grateful Dead releases tomorrow. Awesome. That I don't mind those years. I know there's a lot of Dead fans who aren't. If you're a real diehard Dead fan, you seem to be gravitate to the 69 to 72 Deadhead or Dead stuff, and I kind of like the later stuff. I like the '90 tour, and yeah, I got no problem with it. It's usually better recorded, and they sound a bit more polished, and the harmonies are always a little better. So, yeah, I'd like to get that set. Let me know how it is, Cal. Adam lives in northeast England near Newcastle. Ah, speaking of the Animals, eh? That's where they were from, I believe. Is that how close is that to Liverpool, Adam? I spent time in northern England. My wife and I went in 1999. We flew into Manchester, and then rented a car. Took my life into my own hands, driving on the wrong side of the road. And anyway, we survived and spent a few days in Liverpool doing the Beatle thing. And then we went back to Manchester and we stayed there for a tour. We're both big fans of Coronation Street. I don't know if you watch Coronation Street, Adam, but my wife and I are huge fans. And we went to Granada Studios and went on did the tour of the street where they filmed the show. It was pretty cool. Then we headed south and we went to Southampton. We drove directly from Manchester to Southampton. Stayed overnight in Southampton. What a beautiful spot. Standing at the dock of Southampton, the John Lennon ballad of John Lennon, John and Yoko. And then what happened was we had a bed and breakfast booked in London, and the area of London we were staying was Chisholm, I think they pronounce it. It's pronounced like Chisholm, but I think they say Chisholm. So we drive to London, and I lost the address to where we were supposed to go. And now we're in one of the biggest cities in the world, not having a clue where to go. And all I remember is Chisholm. And we're driving into London, and I see a sign saying that for that area, Chiswick. That's it, Chiswick. Yeah. And yeah, that's the place. Sorry, been a long time. So I see the sign saying Chiswick, and then there was this hotel or motel or something on the corner. It's called Chiswick Hotel or Chiswick Inn or something. I stop and say, "Hey, do you know any bed and breakfasts around here?" And the guy didn't have a clue. And then we were just driving around. I saw a mail truck, and I flagged them down. I figure who knows more about a place than a mailman. So I asked him. He goes, "Yeah, there's a bed and breakfast up on this street, down this street." So I drive up there and I knock on the door, just fingers crossed, and it was our bed and breakfast. How's that for finding a needle in a haystack? Uh, Adam has seen. I've seen some episodes of Coronation Street. I'm not a soap fan. Well, you just got to get into Corey. That's the best show ever. It's been on since 1960. Longest running show in TV history. Unbelievable. Big Sky, are you in West London? Very nice, middle class. Yeah, it was a beautiful area. We loved it. We were right by the what do they call it? The tube. So it was easy to get around, and yeah, love to go back to England. I would. That was one of my dreams in life to always live in England, but it never happened. Chelsea, not far. Oh, very cool. Geez, you guys must be close to your bedtime. It's what, 5 hours? We're looking at 9 o'clock. How's everybody doing with the new king? Are we digging the king? How much are we missing the queen? She was such a cool woman. I've never seen a so much coverage for something in my life on TV, man. She took over the TV screen for like a week. 21:15. Oh yeah, I'd be having my milk and cookies and going to bed, man. That'd be it for me. Anybody into this guy? I've been a somewhat of a casual fan of Kurt Weill. He was in a band called War on Drugs and started putting his own stuff out. This is the album he put out this year, though. It's called Watch My Moves. I'm going to try and get that off the screen. It's called Watch My Moves. Man, I'm just loving this album. It's like I've got 2 or 3 albums this year that are up for Album of the Year, and this is one of them. Very, very cool. It's they call it stoner rock, but it's really he's got kind of a haunting guitar sound, but he does sound like a stoner when he sings. He's going, hey, I got this, I don't know. Hold on a second, I'll get to you in that. I live about 3 hours from Liverpool, not too far away from there. That's pretty cool. Adam, I'm drooling over that. Every time I see your videos, I drool over that Sergeant or that Strawberry Fields thing you got behind you. I love that. I'm assuming you got that as a souvenir booth or something at Strawberry Fields. We went to Strawberry Fields, and I have my picture taken in front of it, and I have a picture of Strawberry Fields on my wall that I took. It was a pretty cool experience. Don't you and the Stud Muffin hang out anymore? Stud Muffin and I are still good friends, but Larry just kind of wanted to take a hiatus from doing chats and collaborative videos. I think he's really struggling with his neck issues, and it just that can kind of put you in a mood where you're just leave me alone kind of a thing. It's nothing worse than chronic pain. So let's all just send Larry some love, and I'm sure Larry and I will get back together. We still email back and forth and comment on each other's videos, and I love the man to death. There's no issues with Larry and I, other than we haven't been doing collaborations. So all love to the Stud Muffin. Don't ask me about my algorithms. They're not very good. I'm weak. I don't even know what the hell it does for you. I think algorithms have something to do with giving you. I get the feeling YouTube tracks it for advertisers, so they can see what kind of ads, who's watching, and decide what kind of ads go on your channel or something. I don't know. I'm just an old guy trying to get along. Yeah, Larry's been doing some pretty cool videos recently. I like he did a good one on Wings and the Speed of Sound, and on the first Plastic Ono Band records, both the Lennon and the Yoko ones. So Larry's doing some cool stuff, and he's got his other channel now, the ASMR channel, where he's up to 666 subscribers now for that channel. So that's help Larry out and make sure you subscribe to that. I live an hour away from the basement. Don't bother, Glenn. It works best that way, according to lawyers. What? Why don't we get together then, Jason? What's going on here, buddy? Are you in Oshawa? I think. Yes. That's very cool. We should get together. We got that would be fun. Bob, yes, the little what I do here? That Little Feat box set you got. Did you get through it all? Yeah, I've listened to it. I think I've listened to it all 2 or 3 times over again. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. Um, my brother-in-law is going to see them. Now, I wish they'd come to the Toronto area. That would be amazing. Um, very, very cool. That's great. If anybody is considering getting it, stop considering and just buy it. Even just buy the vinyl or buy the reissue of just the CD alone. You don't have to worry about the box set. The box set's just absolutely fabulous. It's just an amazing live album. Jason lives in Bobcaygeon. That's right. I have a really good friend who just moved to Bobcaygeon, and we're probably heading up there at some point to visit. We'll love Bobcaygeon. We had a cottage just in Sturgeon Point outside of Fenelon Falls all my life, Jason. So I'm very familiar with that whole area, Bobcaygeon and Fenelon and Coboconk, the Patty House. I don't know if the Patty House is still in Coboconk. I have some awful memories of that Patty House. Boy, we had some fun in that place. There's so much stuff coming out right now. I can't believe it. I'm thinking about getting a part-time job just so I can pay for everything. So the Stones, if anybody's aware, the um, the Stones in mono vinyl box set that came out, I don't know how many years ago, out of print, and the Patty House is still a going concern. Oh man, I'm telling you, some drunken nights in that place in my youth. Wow. Yeah, so the Stones vinyl box set in mono, 16 records. It's sold out, and out of print, selling for, I don't know, all of, these are like these once they get so popular, everybody wants one. It's like anywhere from 1,000 to a couple $1,000 to buy it, and it probably cost 300 when it came out, or 250 or something. So there's rumors it's being reissued. Amazon or in the UK had it up for sale. I pre-ordered it. It was £220, worked out to $346 Canadian. Then they took the ad down, or whatever you want to call it, to purchase it. But they left all our pre-orders up. So anybody who pre-ordered it, the pre-order still exists, but the ability to order it doesn't. So now, is it coming out or is it not coming out? We're waiting to see. So I've got $346 put aside that it's supposed to come out the end of October, that I can't spend on anything else until I find out if I'm getting this Stones box. So it's really bugging me, because I do want to use some of that money for the Revolver set. I want to use some of the money for that new Tom Petty box. I am doing something crazy. I've always wanted the Bob Dylan complete album set. It's 47 CDs. When it came out, it was about $150, I think. His whole career, from his debut album right up to Tempest, 47 CDs. It's a great box set. From what I understand, that they did a great job on the sound, and it also comes with a CD called Soundtracks, which came out as an album on Record Store Day about 5 or 6, 7 years ago, and it's got all kinds of songs that just weren't on albums before. It's great. It's got like "Please Can You Crawl Up My Window," I think, and stuff like that. Anyway, it's really good, and so I didn't buy the box set when it came out, and I'm drooling for it. And it's come out in print again, but it's really expensive. So Amazon.ca wants $350 for it. Everywhere I look online, it's over $300. I think Amazon.com was 230 or $235, but with the exchange and the shipping, it's well over 300. So anyway, my friend at Zap Records got a box in, and he's holding it for me until Saturday, and I'm picking it up. I sold my Beatles singles collection box, the one that came out with all the 45s. I sold that to raise the money for this. I believe it's 47 CDs, is it? And reviews. I could be wrong. I think you're questioning. You're surprised, or you're questioning my knowledge here on this box. I could be wrong. I thought it was like 47 discs, but not that many albums. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't really look it up here and see. Hold on 1 second. I gotta do something here. I am going to start handing out some wrenches here, just in case anybody comes on and starts giving me a hard time. Bob F., you are now a moderator. Dave Carr, you are now a moderator. Cool. There we are. We're back. I'm surprised. Well, I think I'm accurate, but I could be wrong. But it's. I mean, Dylan has a lot of albums out between 1962 and whatever Tempest came out. So um, makes sense. Glenn, CDs hold 70 minutes of music. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around that amount. Anyway, it's an extensive box set. You can see it online. Just put the complete album collections, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I wonder where Sam is. The guy went for drugs. I think he must have taken some, and he forgot how to get home. He's gone a long time for a guy who was on drugs. I tried to get Rich Strickler on here too, but he's busy. So 17 people watching. That's pretty cool. Uh, Adam, I will let you know. Maybe I'll post it next time I'm going to come on. I for some reason I hate committing to a live stream. So if I put it up and said I'm going to be on Friday at 4 o'clock, and then Friday at 4 o'clock, I don't feel like doing it. Then I feel like I've let everybody down. So I'm a bit more spontaneous. But we'll try and figure something out and try and figure out a way to give you some advance notice. If you contact me on Instagram, we could probably switch some thing, and then I could email you with information. John is in the house. Hey, John, how you doing? David Ellis. I love David. Great to see you, David. There's a lot of people in the UK on today. We were just talking about London, and Adam's going on a UK boat trip. And question for you, Glenn. What is your least favorite Beatles song? Choose anything that's not Revolution Number 9 or Good Night. You know me too well. Oh, man. Worst Beatles song. Oh, geez. I'm not a fan of Mr. Moonlight. It is. I can't stand that cheesy organ in it, and that would be up there. What's your guys' least favorite Beatles song? I don't want to say a Ringo song. I get sick of picking on Ringo. Hit the like button. Help Glenn's algorithms. Yeah, let's get those algorithms going. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think on your least favorite Beatles song. And your favorite. My favorite is Strawberry Fields. And it's funny when you say choose anything that's not Revolution Number 9 or Good Night. I don't like Good Night at all. I would rather listen to Revolution Number 9. I find it more interesting. Hope new people are subscribing and hitting that like button. Oh, thanks, Bob. I hope so too. Patrick sends greetings to dear Glenn in the basement. Thank you, Patrick. How are you doing? I send greetings to dear Patrick too. Awesome. Thank you for joining. That's great. Wow, 23 people here, and I got to entertain you all by myself. Let me entertain you. Let me make you smile. It's I got to take a drink. How's that? And it's just pop. Ah, Sam's back. There you go, Samuel. The other half of the Cosmic Torpedoes will be here in a minute. Get at the hula hoop. Yeah, can you? I'm actually doing a hula hoop while I'm doing this. I'm standing up. So you can just imagine that I'm doing a hula hoop. Boy, it takes Sam a long time to figure things out. I'm going to keep doing the hula hoop until Sam gets here. Okay, thank God. There he is. Doing a hula hoop. I got to get exercise while we're doing this.
Just as long as you keep your shirt on, then we're good.
Yeah, I don't have any pants on though.
Well, you don't have to. You're retired.
Yeah. How are you, buddy?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is your throat clearing up? You don't sound like you're not doing the Rod Stewart anymore.
It's still pretty sore. That's why I had to go get the medicine for strep. They gave me my labs today that they took on Monday, and it was negative Monday, and then it came back to this morning as positive
You came back to positive of what?
strep.
Strep. Oh my God.
Yeah, so now I'm on a 10-day amoxicillin antibiotic.
Glenn, after I won your contest, I wanted to buy an album that you recommended, so I bought the Chrissy Hine collection of Dylan covers. It's a great album. Oh, David, thank you. That was David won my contest. I forgot about that.
I still don't have that.
That's a really good. You don't have that one yet, do you, Sam?
It's still in my cart.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Really good. She did a great job on those songs. What do we got here? What the Jim? Adam, are you going to do the If I Was a God thread that Stan? You know what turned me off when I watched? I don't know if I misunderstood, but when I watched his contest announcement and he did his entry, the first thing he said that the album that he wanted to wipe off the face of the earth was Sgt. Pepper. And I went, I can't enter this contest.
Nah, you can't do
If
that.
we're gonna slam, unless I totally missed it and he was just joking or making some kind of a, backhanded way of compliment to the album. I don't know, but to me, I took it like, I'm out.
Yeah, you took it personal. Well, that's why, I hear conversations, people diss Pet Sounds. Excuse me, the cough. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to turn this crap off. Unsubscribe. I haven't been subscribed to Glenn for over a year.
Yeah. I don't dislike Pet Sounds. I think it's a fine record, but I don't like the esteem it's held with. I know it's your favorite album, but I think because just the history I have of being there at the time and realizing how inconsequential the Beach Boys were at that time. Like no one thought the Beach Boys were cool in any freaking way in 1966.
Well, that's why the album kind of failed when it came out.
And history shows that maybe we were all wrong and it's a great record, but I just have a hard time putting it in the top like one or two albums of all time. But
yeah,
a lot of people agree with you. So, so I don't like to diss that album, but it's just I have it. I think I have 2 copies of it. So.
Yeah, I'm sad I missed out on the box set when it came out in 2016. Yeah. And you can't find it anywhere. It's out of print.
Really?
Yeah, there's stuff like the Monkeys. It comes and goes with the wind. You can't get it unless you get it when it comes out.
That's what it's. Do you think they do that on purpose? Like knowing that they're creating a frenzy because if you don't buy it right away, you're not going to get it. It's the fear of not being able to get something. So
yeah, maybe. But I mean, like you can go back to like some of those early bootleg Dylan box sets, and they're still cranking those out.
Yeah, well, Bob keeps stuff in print. He does. Even like I was just talking about the collection, the complete album collection box.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm actually picking up one on Saturday. I finally got it after all these years. And,
the CD set.
Yeah.
I remember you talked about that in a video.
I've wanted it forever. I didn't buy it when it came out, and it went out of print. And now it's kind of back in print again. It's a little more expensive, but I'm picking it up. But again, it's like if you don't get these things, and then they're gone. And that's my fear of the Revolver Deluxe vinyl set, is because of that mono analog that everybody's after. It's the Grail in that set. That set's going to go out of print really fast just because of that one inclusion.
I don't think it will because they're still making the other sets, right?
Well, no, they're not making the complete the mono sets or the stereo sets like the complete catalog.
Well, I mean like the other Giles Martin deluxe sets, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So,
hold on a second. I'm gonna get caught up on the chat here.
Your loyal public, please.
Yes.
I'm just a mere peasant.
I can't do that contest. I don't know why anyone has an album they don't like. Yeah, I'm kind of in that same ballpark. I'd rather not. I would rather stay positive and talk about music I like rather than discuss. I kind of stay away from those topics when they come up as what don't you like about this album or something. There's enough out there to.
I finally picked these up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
There's some good stuff on those.
finally. I feel like I need to
Wow.
fill it because I'm like everybody else. I'm in a Beatles frenzy.
Yeah.
So picking up what I don't have.
Which album are we talking about? Duff. We
It
were
was
we
Pet
were
Sounds.
we were talking about Pet Sounds. Yeah. Paul McCartney said "God Only Knows" is his favorite Brian Wilson song. Well, that's a most gorgeous song.
Yeah, I think he says his favorite pop song. Period.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful song. It's a masterpiece.
Look at this comment.
All right. Yeah, if you send us money, we'll sing.
Well,
We don't
Glenn
need
was saying
instruments, do we?
I'll play the bones or something because
Yeah,
my
we don't
throat.
need instruments. We'll just
Yeah,
sing.
yeah.
Adam, what are you up to? Still trying to work this thing. The only Beatles I think is okay is Yellow Submarine. The rest I think are amazing. I like side one of Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, I don't even consider that an album
Yeah, it's more of a soundtrack thing.
because was it 4 songs, 4 new songs on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Yellow Submarine song track album is really good.
No, yeah.
It's got all those songs from Yellow Submarine. They leave off all the George Martin stuff, and they added a few more tracks to it. And it's a really nice album to listen to.
Yeah. My friend had that growing up. That's the only one I knew for the longest time.
Yeah, I have that. I have it on vinyl too, and the vinyl sounds really good.
Yeah, I'll probably never get it because I already have all those songs.
New
But
comments. My dad doesn't like the Beatles, but I respect his opinion. Just saying.
it depends on generations too.
Right. I don't know anybody who doesn't like the Beatles. My whole family likes the Beatles. All my friends. I have a friend who's never owned a Beatle record, and he's proud of that. But he always says, "Hey, I hear them all over the place. It's not like I don't hear the Beatles. He doesn't feel like he has a need to own any of the albums."
That's not all he's hearing is "Hey Jude" and "Let It Be."
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I do know people. I've been in a lot of talk with people that say the Beatles are overrated that are my age, just because they like to, poo-poo on the older material.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you hear that for sure. And if you go on the Steve Hoffman forums, there's the Beatle bashers because they think there's too many Beatle fans on there.
Yeah.
Stupid question. What's your fave George Harrison Beatles song? Something or While My Guitar Gently Weeps? I've got a weird one.
Piggies.
No, Old Brown Shoe.
I like the honky tonk piano in that.
Yeah. Within You, Without You, and then Old Brown Shoe. I got two more obscure ones.
I'd say my favorite obscure George Harrison song is "It's All Too Much." I love that song.
Yeah, I do too. I love that song too.
Based on the songwriting standpoint, I mean, "While My Guitar Gently Weeps," obviously, and then "I Need You." I absolutely love that song.
Do you have any Ringo's later stuff? I think Sam does. I don't.
Yeah, I have "What's My Name," his last full length, and I've got all the EPs, and then some of the older albums too.
Yeah. Do you like the newer stuff that you're buying?
"What's My Name" is pretty good. I know that gets high praise from the Beatles guys like Matt Street and Joe Mayo. They really like it. This EP was better than the last one. I mean, he's not breaking new ground, if that's what you're asking. But somebody made an interesting point. I watched a video today. Somebody reviewed it, and there's one song on the new EP that has a co-write with Ringo. The other ones are from other writers. The one song that Ringo contributes to is the only one that doesn't mention like the peace and love theme. So it's almost like he's become a caricature for the other songwriters to put peace and love in there. His song doesn't have it. It's cool. Hey, Brian.
CD Showcase. How you doing, guy? Adam. Hey, Brian. What's your favorite and least favorite Beatles album cover? Sam.
I feel like I think we might be saving this for a.
I think we're doing our favorite album covers, but not necessarily Beatles.
Oh, I thought we were. I thought Rich had mentioned we were going to rank the Beatles covers.
Oh, were we?
Yeah. Smell the Glove. That's the best one.
Well, I'm going to say I've got a tie. I really have a hard time picking between Revolver, which is just an artistic piece of it's just a piece of art. And Sergeant Pepper. I mean, those two covers to me are just, and obviously the Abbey Road crosswalk thing. I
It's
mean, how
very
iconic
difficult.
is that?
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna hold
people
off on that.
fly from all over the world to go and walk across a crosswalk because the Beatles put it on the cover of an
I've
album.
done it.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Hello,
Wow.
guys. Rob, how are you? 60s and 70s wasn't my dad's thing. He's more of a hard rock and heavy metal fan. Well, how old's your dad?
Yeah, was your dad a teenager like in the
Maybe
80s?
it sounds like he was a teenager in the 80s. Yeah.
See, my
Or
dad
the late 70s.
my dad was a teenager in the 80s, but my dad was listening to Sinatra and Tony Bennett, and he hated 60s music until I kind of reintroduced it to him because he was like, oh, it's druggy music, blah blah blah, and then he got into it, and like he loves it now. He loves it.
Yeah, he said, yeah, it's druggy music. Yeah, Dad, what's your point?
One of my dad's new favorite songs is Outside Woman Blues.
Oh, Cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah.
If you say you don't like any Beatles songs, you are lying. Everyone loves some Beatles songs. Doesn't matter if you are 100, 150. Yeah, I agree. It kind of transcends generations, that music. I don't know if there's any other artists that do.
And you got to figure people that are 90 now, I mean, they were still just 30 when the Beatles were around. So
yeah,
they were
crazy,
still young.
You think about it. Yeah.
Not that long ago.
And I think when you went to see McCartney, what was the demographic of the crowd? Was there a lot of young people?
Oh yeah, it was all over.
Yeah,
I saw people tearing up that were in their 60s, people that were my age crying, like my sister. There were little kids. There were people older than McCartney for sure. So I mean, it was all over.
Doesn't that speak volumes right there?
Yeah, just all of those people there just to see one man.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
And it was the same when I saw Elton John on Sunday.
Oh, cool! We got to talk about that. Let's get through. Let me get caught up on these comments, and we'll talk.
Yeah, you've got an adoring public here today.
The 27. The Inner Light has a great melody. It does. I love that song.
Yeah.
Do you Spotify? Yes, I do, but I don't. Yeah, I do.
The Inner Light could work as a banjo song.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Work out that arrangement.
I wonder if that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I know someone told me to face it, the Beatles suck. I later learned she had a crush on me. I don't think it will work out. No, I would dump her.
To the
I'd
curb.
say see ya. Yeah. Here Comes the Sun might be my fave. Hard to argue with that song.
For George Harrison.
Beware of Darkness demo. Yeah, it's nice. That is good. I love every Beatles song. Revolution Number 9 is the only weak track, though. Well, it is. I mean,
it's not even a song, really.
I like it better than Good Night.
Ooh.
I love the Please Please Me cover. Yeah, it's historic. Adam, yeah, well, we can invite Adam to the Beatles album ranking.
Yeah.
Consider yourself in, buddy. Maybe you got to cancel your vacation.
Yeah. Or invite us to the cruise instead.
Yeah, invite us on your cruise.
Let us go to Liverpool instead.
Favorite cover, Abbey Road. Least favorite with the Beatles. That's funny that With the Beatles is the least favorite. It's probably one of the most artistic covers. From a photographer's standpoint, you would that would be your favorite cover if you were a photographer.
That picture speaks volumes of the time.
Yeah.
Like Ingmar Bergman and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very much like that.
Absolutely. What's up, guys? There's Brian.
Get to work, Brian.
Yeah. I still can't believe how they made that. I'm not sure. My dad was born in 1977.
Oh, there you go.
That explains his musical.
Yeah, he's about Josh's age, JC.
Yeah. Are you ready for the 60s rankings tomorrow, Glenn? Brian, I am ready. My rankings are ready. We are on so tune into Rich Strickler's channel tomorrow at noon. We'll be live, and we're going to do our top 10 favorite 60s movies. Top 10 plus 3 that we that didn't quite make the top 10. No
That'd be
honorable
hard.
listings. Yeah, because that's my wheelhouse, the '60s movies. I could have listed 100 of them.
And I could break those up into subgenres like comedies, westerns, war movies.
Yeah, you almost could have done 2 or 3 different segments on that.
Easy.
Yeah, that's true. That's a band that I need to get into more. I need some help with the Jayhawks. Like, David, recommend me an album because I bought a used Jayhawks album. Sorry, it's a CD. I can't run over and grab it, and I didn't like it at all. And I was told the one I bought wasn't very good. It wasn't a good representation of them. And so, David, please recommend a Jayhawks album because they're supposed to be an amazing band. The Jayhawks are great. Rob loves them.
Yeah, I think Robert sent me a CD of theirs. I need to listen to it again.
If you look at the Get Back documentary, the older guys in the streets of London say they like the Beatles, but they buy their albums, for instance.
Yeah, that older guy, he's like, I think it's quite nice. You figure, yeah, he was born probably in 1900.
Hello, Massey's Main Entertainment.
Brian
Take
taking
one for you, Sam.
I mean, Ringo's one of those unique voices. It hasn't really changed much.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously got a little bit of work on his voice in the studio now that he didn't have when he was younger. And he's singing songs like, I Want to Be Your Man a little bit lower. So, I mean, obviously younger. But my favorite Ringo album is Time Takes Time, which came out in 1997-ish, something like that. And it's fantastic. So.
I gotta get Time Takes Time.
Yeah, you
better
do.
Than the Ringo album? Really?
If you like the Jeff Lynne production and like all like the jangly guitars and stuff, there's some great stuff on there.
Oh wow. Who backs him up on that? Is there anybody notable or?
Well, obviously, I mean Jeff Lynne. I want to say George is on there.
Oh really?
Obviously, I think Keltner. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. You've got Michael Landau, Benmont Tench is on a few tracks. Peter Asher, Jim Horn, who played saxophone quite a bit. Jeff Baxter, Skunk Baxter. Roger Manning, who's from Jellyfish. Andrew Gold. Waddy Wachtel. So it's a lot of session. Actually, no.
A lot of session guys. A lot of big LA session guys.
And then obviously, I mean, Jeff Lynne's all over it. Harry Nilsson does backup vocals on one track. So does Brian Wilson, but you don't really know which track it is. But
okay. So that album came out what, in like the late 70s?
No, 91.
91?
Yeah.
Harry Nilsson was still alive in 91?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Nilsson died in 94.
Oh, okay. My dad is almost 70. Well, me too. I'm 69. So yeah, I was 16 when Abbey Road came out. Yes. Exactly the age. We were perfect Beatle age. David Ellis. I went to see. Oh man, Elvis Costello. And the crowd was pretty old. My buddy looked around the audience and said it was a pretty safe crowd, all triple jabbed and don't get out much. I see Elvis has announced he's doing. How big a run in New York City or something? 10
like
nights or something.
10 or 15 nights, and he's doing 200 different songs.
Yeah. That's going to be good. I hope he records that.
Imagine that box set.
Is that a with a band, or is he doing that a solo show?
I think it's with his band, which I think still has Charlie Sexton in it.
Charlie Sexton's in the band now? I didn't know that.
He hasn't played with Dylan this past tour.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I have this theory that's going around now I've been talking about, and I don't know if I discussed it on YouTube or just privately with friends, but there's a lot of tours that aren't coming to Canada. Bob Dylan is one.
Yeah.
Tedeschi Trucks. Bela Fleck's has been touring that My Bluegrass Heart show for a while. He hasn't announced any Canadian dates, and I'm wondering if it has to do with either someone in the band, one of the musicians, or one of the touring crew that is integral to the show
Hmm.
is not vaccinated.
Maybe it has to do with the venues. I don't know.
Yeah, I just find it really strange that like Dylan's been everywhere now with this tour in Rough and Rowdy Ways. He hasn't done one Canadian date. Now he's in Europe, I think.
Yeah, he's on break. He's just about to start back up in Europe.
Yeah. So if he doesn't do Canada after he comes back, I'm gonna
Well,
be
the tour is supposed to go through next year, right?
Yeah. So fingers crossed, because I'm dying. I want to see Bob at least one more time.
Yeah. And then you see him and you say, "I gotta see him one more time."
I know.
That's how Bob is.
It's a special night. The Beatles for Sale cover is pretty good. Yeah, I like that cover. Although they look kind of tired and not real interested on that cover, but it kind of makes them look a little cool too.
It's very, very autumn looking.
Yeah. Not enough Beatles. I agree. Never enough Beatles. You could just use that. Like if anybody says, "Do you have any advice for me going through life?" Yeah, make sure there's lots of Beatles.
Well, that's why the suckers like us go out and buy every configuration of Revolver when it comes out.
Adam, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Betty. You're welcome anytime. I'll try and figure out a way to give you notice when I'm coming on so you can come on with me. I would love to have you on. You're an awesome guy.
Have a good night, Adam.
Seem to be ranking Beatle UK album covers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
US's are not. They like not a lot of thought went into a lot of those.
No, and I don't think any of us on there would be able to hold them all up. Like I've only got a few of them. If we all had the complete collection of them to kind of display or look at, it might be easier to. It would make an interesting video, but I mean, the definitive versions are the UK versions. As much as I grew up with the North American ones. All done my editing for 92 video. There you go. So you're doing 1992, Sam, are you involved? You're not involved in that.
No.
92 is that music or movies? Oh, that's music.
Massey would be movies. I mean music.
So Rich was weak when we were talking about those guys preparing to do this video for the best songs of 1992.
Yeah, I remember.
Rich was saying, "Please, I don't have a lot." So I sent him some recommendations. I sent him Bare Naked Ladies, Brian Wilson, and Be My Yoko Ono.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what else. I sent him another song too.
I love Brian Wilson. That's a great song.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering if he's going to use any of those.
Because we talked last week, Harvest Moon came out that year. Bone Machine.
Yeah, Bone Machine. Yeah, and Harvest Moon. Yeah. There was a few. I forget what other one I told him. I told him another one too that I really dug, and I can't remember what it was. Have to run it by Doc and Rich.
Rich and I have the big game tonight. We're both undefeated.
Oh, but have you guys got players playing tonight?
I think I do. Let me check. I thought it was just
Pittsburgh and Cleveland, right?
Is that who it is?
Yeah, I think so. I looked. I didn't think I saw anybody had anybody playing tonight.
Oh yeah, we don't.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does. I'm playing the Rented Mules this week.
Lucky you.
Guys, we're talking about our fantasy football, so we don't leave anybody out here. But the Rented Mules, we only had 9 players, and we needed a 10-player league, so we came up with a phony team, and Rich Strickler picked the players, and he picked all these supposedly useless players, so it would be a weak team that we all got one chance to kick their butts. And the team almost beat Doc last week. You see that?
Oh, we would have kicked him out of the league.
He didn't pull it out till Monday night.
There's your Jayhawks album.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. Awesome, Rob. Thanks. Hit that like button. Look at Rob. Everybody's I can't tell if anybody's hitting it or not. Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd?
Zeppelin.
Yeah. Zeppelin by a mile.
I almost picked up Animals the other day at Barnes & Noble, but I put it back. Instead, I got the new Punch Brothers.
Oh yeah, I listened to that cut you sent me of Record and Fitzgerald.
Yeah, oh yeah,
sweet.
And then they do, of course, One More Night's on there by Dylan. Church
Oh,
Street
is it?
Blues.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
getting that album. I
because
didn't know it
they
was
do the
out.
full album. Yeah, they do the full album.
I'm telling you, they're great live. You'll be blown away. I mean, you already know Chris Stiley's
Oh yeah, yeah.
like phenomenal talent. The
He's
rest of
like
the
Bela
guys
Fleck.
are,
He can do everything from Bach to
yeah,
bluegrass. To,
exactly, yeah. And the rest of the guys are just as talented. They're all
Mhm.
the whole band is so good, and they're really fun, and you'll love the show.
In the liner notes, they said that they went in the studio for the album in November of 2020 with the hope of, letting Tony Rice listen to it, but he died a month later.
Oh no!
He died Christmas 2020. Yeah, so he never got to hear it. So they
Wow.
dedicated it obviously to him.
Oh, I'm that's going to be on order very shortly. I might do that after we get off this live stream, actually, if I can get it.
It's very good. Yeah, One More
domestically.
Night's fantastic. They ripped through it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Punch Brothers. All those guys as musicians.
Yeah, and they sit in.
just phenomenal.
They do sessions for everybody too.
Yeah, we went to see them in Buffalo a long time when they first kind of got together.
Yeah.
And then I saw them when I went to the Telluride Bluegrass Festival in Colorado. I
Yeah.
saw them and actually got to chat with them a bit because all the bands come back down to the merch tent and everything after they play. So I got a chance to talk to them. They're all big baseball fans. Chris
Yeah.
Stiley's a big Cubs fan.
My sister got to meet Chris. He did a workshop when she was in high school, and she said he was a nice, incredibly nice guy.
Really, really nice guys. Yeah, very down to earth, normal guys. There's no ego or. That's the good thing about that kind of music,
Yeah.
Like I've met a few people who are who've made names for themselves, and a lot of them. The one thing they have is they're kind of narcissistic. They like to talk about themselves, because I guess they're always, everybody's always making a fuss out of them. Yeah, I'm sure it has something to. It does something to you. It has to. When people are drooling all over you all the time, telling you how wonderful you are. But guys like that, like Bela Fleck and Chris Stiley and any of those guys that I have met are just so down to earth and nice. It's just like you and I shooting the breeze, There's no ego whatsoever. It's very cool. Going to see Bob Dylan in 3 days here in Norway. Can I come with you?
Wow.
Now, Randy could have gone to see that if he was still there. He should have hung around. Costello was really great. He's playing with a band which includes Steve Naive. One of the original guys.
I think all the guys are original except for the one guy that he had the riff with. Yeah.
John, I don't have the LPs. I have the 4 CDs. I bought them as they came out. So if anybody's not aware, Tedeschi Trucks Band did a project this year where during COVID, when they couldn't play, they got all the band members to read that, like Eric Clapton, when he wrote Layla, he took the name from an old 13th century poem or something. So they actually took the poem this time and distributed it to all the band members, read it, and then get inspired by it, and let's write an album around it. So they all came back with this wealth of material, and they ended up with 4 albums worth of material. And they called it I Am the Moon, and it's all people just being inspired by this love poem. And it's such a great album. You would love it. The first one is called Crescent. They put it one a month, one in April, May, June, July, I think. I have the months right. And I bought all 4 on CD. I'm dying to get the LP set, but it's fabulous.
I know you played me a track or two, and it was really good.
Best projects of the year. Fantastic. Time Takes Time, May 22nd, 92.
Yep.
It's supper time, fellas. See you tomorrow, Glenn. Take care.
Wow, 5 p.m. supper.
That's early.
Early bird
over
special.
Floyd. Interesting. I take Floyd any day. Really?
Ooh, man. I'd go to a Zeppelin reunion 10 times over a Pink Floyd reunion.
Yeah. I
don't like Roger Waters. I don't like him. Period.
As a human being or as musically? Or
both. Yeah. I think he's so full of himself.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
I like early Floyd, though. I'm not sure what you like, Duff. I'm a big fan of anything from metal back to the first album. I get bored with Dark Side. I mean, obviously it's a masterpiece, but I just get bored with it. I never listen to anything from Dark Side on. So 17 likes and 19 watching. Oh man, I'm going to be a superstar. Look out, Rachel. Watch out. I'm coming after you. This is like the late show wars. Jay
Right,
Leno and Letterman.
right.
Have you guys heard of the music group? Uh-huh. Yeah, that's one of those names of bands that's on my list. I won't listen to them because the band name's so stupid. But is it? I couldn't tell you if they're good or not. Have you ever listen to them, Sam?
There's no Take on Me.
Oh, is that their song?
Yeah, it's their song, but they're from Norway. I know that.
Okay, well that's why I shouldn't be there. Test Dress do a great set on the latest Clapton Crossroads DVD. Oh, that'd be interesting. Well, they just released. I guess it was earlier this year, or late last year. They did the whole Layla and
Mhm.
Assorted Love Songs album live, and it's an amazing set. They did
Yep.
a great job on that.
Recorded right up the road from me.
John Floyd over Zeppelin.
Wow.
Sam, we're getting outnumbered here.
Well, we're tied so far. It's 2-2.
Okay,
That's no brainer.
I'm caught up on the comments. Let's talk about the Elton John concert.
Okay. So I went to see Elton at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where the Panthers play football. So it's the biggest concert I've ever seen. Went with my dad. I gave it to him for Christmas in 2021, and my dad's a mega Elton John fan, at least up until like 1980, and then he kind of fell out of favor with him. But great show, almost sold out, probably at least 45,000 strong there, at least.
Wow.
And I'm hoping to do a review here soon. I actually am thinking about how I'm going to do it, but it's his Farewell Yellow Brick Road tour. I think he said it was like number 252, show 252 on this tour. And I mean, the stage goes black, and all of a sudden you hear bump, that first note to Benny and the Jets, and that light just spotlights on him. And then he just slowly gets into it, and then the whole band comes in.
Yeah.
And then he goes off from there. I mean, he plays all the hits. He plays deeper cuts like Burn Down the Mission.
Really? Oh, that'd be cool.
Have Mercy on the Criminal. He did a solo version of Border Song, which was beautiful. Just ever the showman. And
there's the question for you.
I mean, if you know anything about Elton John, he had surgery in the 80s to remove some polyps, and it lowered his voice. But no, they're not in the same key, but his voice is by no means weak. It's just lower.
Yeah.
And it's strong. And like that piano playing, I mean, good grief. I mean, it was fantastic. It was a perfect show, 2.5 hours.
Wow, that's great to hear.
Obviously, he ends with, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And then there's like this lift that takes him up to the top of the stage. And then like the screen comes on, and it's like him walking down the Yellow Brick Road.
Really?
Him now. Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
now he wouldn't have done Funeral for a Friend and Love Lies Bleeding, would he? I love those
yeah,
songs.
Yeah, he did it kind of I was like the middle of the show. I think it was
really. He did the instrumental of like the Funeral for a Friend too.
Oh yeah. Well,
that would have been incredible. To me, that would be like I would pay $1 million just to see that.
The first time I saw him was in Charlottesville at the University of Virginia when I was in college, and he opened with that. So you have like that synth that starts, and like the smoke comes out, and he walks on stage. Yeah,
that is just a genius piece of music. That's my favorite Elton John.
But as soon as his voice, as soon as he hit, the roses in the window box, it's just like
what a great.
And then Rocket Man was cool because they did like the stage was black, and they had like great imagery on the screens, and they did like a NASA liftoff, like it was like 10, 9.
Oh yeah.
And then doom, she packed my bag, and then they do like this really trippy kind of jam at the end of it. And then he comes back at after like 10 minutes, he just comes back. I think it's gonna be a long, long time. It was
very cool.
Yeah, he's the man.
So your dad loved it?
Oh yeah, my dad. He had tears in his eyes during some of it because my dad, he had a hard life growing up, and Elton was somebody that comforted him.
Yeah.
As a boy, and so for him to see him live in person, to be in the same building, he said he wouldn't have cared if he sang or not, just to be there with him.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. That
is so cool.
It was fantastic. I was thinking about Randy, obviously with the Madman stuff. He did Leave On, and
they do Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters?
No, I was hoping he
No.
would.
That's my favorite Elton song.
I was hoping he would. I was hoping he would do Indian Sunset, which he still does from time to time. But no, he was knocking out those hits for two, and he still doesn't do everything. Like he didn't do Honky Cat or Daniel. So I mean, he can't.
Well, I mean, the guy's got such a catalog. He'd be out there for 6 hours.
Yeah,
playing every favorite Elton John song.
And then a couple of stories thrown in there. I mean, there was not enough time. I mean, I think it ended up being 23 songs. Something.
And how was the sound system?
I was worried at the very beginning because I could kind of hear an echo when Benny and the Jets started, but they were able to tone it down a little bit, and it sounded fine.
Oh, good. That's awesome. Wow, what a great night. Unbelievable. Special because you got to share it with your dad too.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I was so happy. And of course, you see people there dressed up like in the Dodgers uniforms. Like as you walk down the stairs, there were feathers from like boas all over the place, light up sunglasses. So
how was Elton dressed?
When he came out, he looked so cool. He had green glasses on, like thick rims with sparkles on it, and then a white coat with tails.
Yeah.
And then later in the show, he comes out with like a light pink jacket, and then at the end he came out in like this like huge robe with like sparkles on it, but then like at the end he took the robe off and he was like in like this like athletic gear.
Oh yeah,
which is what he's wearing when he walks off into the sunset. So
that's cool.
He hasn't done a show since that night. He's playing tonight, I think, in Atlanta. Yeah.
Wow, that's very cool. I'm glad
that
you
was
got
so
to
good.
see him with your dad. That's really neat. What a great story.
Yeah.
You'll always remember that.
See him if you can. I mean, again.
Yeah, he played Toronto the same night as the Queen passed away.
Yeah, I remember because he dedicated Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me to her. Yeah.
Duff, I saw Elton John in Denmark, Copenhagen. I got to go to other countries to see music legends. Went all the way to Spain just to see Ringo Starr. Wow. Or at Clapton in Denmark. Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Ringo was just in Richmond 2 nights ago.
Oh, yeah. He was close to here in Kingston, Ontario. It's only 45 minutes from me, but it was $80 a ticket. And I don't want to drive for an hour. I don't think Ringo's worth $80, but
I've seen him. I saw him once. It was like 65. It was pretty good. But I mean, you're getting the same songs. So
yeah,
it's the same band.
I think once you've seen Ringo, you've seen him. Like, I don't think anything changes.
Yeah, you go back for the other musicians.
Yeah.
And the only different person would have been Edgar Winter. Instead of the guy from Santana.
Edgar was there this time. Oh, that would have been cool. I love Edgar.
Yeah, I mean, he only does 3 songs, but still.
Randall Nelson, du Norsk. Yes, whatever. I hope that isn't swearing at Randy, but we don't know. EJ gave a great concert. Saw him in July. Very cool.
Jeff Witcher saw him too.
John Marino, love EJ. His 75 years are his best. Yeah, like they were all so good in their prime. These guys, just classic stuff. He did sing Mona Lisa and Mad Hatters. He did.
Oh yeah, he didn't do it.
Mercury and said he wouldn't be performing it live again. Wow.
Yeah, it stinks because when the first time that I saw him, he was fighting the flu, and the night before he was in my hometown, but I was in college, so I went to the closer show to me. And the night before he did Mona Lisa's, and then the second night he swapped it for Daniel, and I was like, I like Daniel, but I would have much rather have heard Mona Lisa's.
Yeah, that's would have been good to hear live. Yeah. My last question before bed, Glenn: who is the king of glam rock, Elton John or David Bowie? David Bowie.
Yeah, I don't even consider Elton glam rock.
Yeah. Well, he went kind of glam. At first, I mean, he was just a serious singer-songwriter. I mean, he didn't do anything. It was later he started to get more into the glam
and stuff. Really, that was only for a few albums.
Yeah.
Like Yellow Brick Road.
Bowie may have, I mean, between Bowie and Mark Bolan, I think they kind of invented, or at least brought it to prominence anyway, whether there was other guys.
Like the Sweet, a group like that.
Yeah.
Now I've got Funeral for a Friend in my head.
Randall Nelson. No, I'm not. Randy, do you want to come on? I'm going to put a link out if you want to come on, buddy.
He's got just that fantasy lineup. He's not doing so hot. To ride on Randy a little bit.
Randy, I put a link up if you're we'd love to see you.
The roses in the window box are tilted to one side.
Everything about this house was born. There's the
And then, of
Cosmic
course,
Torpedoes, ladies and gentlemen.
it was so funny because he's introducing the band, and then he
We could do
introduces
that as a bluegrass song.
he introduced Nigel Olsson, and they show him on the screen, and he looks
Yeah.
at the camera, and you can see what he says. He says, "Hi, mummy," as he waves in the camera, saying how to. And Ray Cooper was in the band.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's been playing with Elton for years.
He got a 35-second ovation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's quite a guy, eh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He still looks good. He's still doing.
He looks exactly the same. Yeah. And
Yeah,
actually,
really,
the next day he turned 75. But
I was gonna say because I'm like 20 years ago he looked like he was 75.
yeah, he still got
He's
the
one
tiny
of those
little
guys.
glasses. Yeah. But he was at the very top of the stage, and you could see him even up in the nosebleeds where we were.
Yeah, he's awesome to watch.
And Davy
Really cool.
Johnstone, he just sounds so good. That guitar.
Doc, had to go back on the stream to catch up, boys. Harsh words on my team just pulling out a victory on our friend with fantasy football. Yeah. Well, you pulled it out because that would have been pretty embarrassing if you didn't.
Yeah. No more videos for you, Doc, if you'd have lost.
Randall Nelson, AHA is the only non-British American band that made a James Bond theme song. They destroyed a lot of big artist bands in the competition. For instance, Rolling Stones in '86. Interesting. Wow, this guy's sticking up. He's waving the Norwegian flag here.
As he should. He's Norwegian.
Did Dua Lipa make a surprise appearance?
Yeah, that she's a pop star. I wouldn't have recognized her on the street, but he has like a number one song with her out right now where they mash up two of his songs, and she was on the screen during the song. It was the first song of the encore, and I kind of wanted it to be over.
Really, I don't have a clue who you're talking about.
She's like 22-year-old pop singer, sounds like everybody else.
And there's a weird name. Danish.
Handsome Ogre, I could use some Danishes.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of hungry for the nice dessert that would be tonight. I remember that James Bond song. What James Bond movie was that in? The AHA song. Somebody tell us. One of the best rock songs of the 80s, if you ask me, at Randall Nelson. What's that? That don't tell. What is it called?
Whatever the AHA song is.
Yeah. And rock wasn't that good in the 80s compared to the 70s, in my opinion. No, it certainly was not.
It was rock. It wasn't roll.
Yeah. Elton John was glam rock from 72 to 76-ish. Yeah, which was the kind of the Bowie era, I guess, for that too.
Yeah.
But I think I associate Bowie more with that than I do.
Yeah, I do too.
What's your opinion of Paul's Flowers in the Dirt album, and do you think it could have been better without Costello? No, I think it would have been better with more Costello, actually. Because I like I'm a fan of the Flowers in the Dirt album. Do you have that one?
I have it. I've only listened to it once.
Yeah, I've always liked that album. And the album that Elvis Costello put out called Spike, which has some of the collaborations with McCartney on it, I think it's one of Elvis's best albums. Yellow Brick Road album looked glam, but didn't sound glam.
No.
Well, I guess you could. I mean, I guess Benny and the Jets was kind of the start of that, wasn't it?
Kind of, yeah. But you also had songs on there like, Island Girl, and
yeah, it wasn't a glam. What you would consider associate that album with glam rock, but I think the one song kind of started him off on that kind of campy, kind of glammy thing.
Because Funeral for a Friend, that's almost proggy.
Oh, it's incredible piece of music. You talk about great album openers. No, I don't know if I ever put that on my list, and it should go on there.
It was funny because I always talk about, Elton John versus Billy Joel, and we were at the show, and my dad looked at me and said something like, "Billy Joel who?" Like when he was playing Funeral for a Friend. I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Billy Joel can't write music like that. I'm sorry.
No.
I like Billy Joel enough, but,
No, he's. I don't think he's in. I mean, Billy Joel obviously had an incredible career, but he's not in Elton's.
No.
I love Have Mercy on the Criminal from his Don't Shoot.
That was a highlight of the show. It was They played it really heavy,
Really?
and the screens, like they had Elton on the screen, but it was like they had him like in black and white, like it was noir. But they also had like splashes of like red, like blood on, like it was just really cool how they did it. And Davy Johnson just no,
Yeah.
was so good.
I haven't listened to that album for many years. Don't Shoot Me on the Piano Player. I don't own it. I
That's
should
my
check it
dad's
out.
favorite.
It was a good album.
Yeah, Texan
What
Love
was-
Song. That's a funny song.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Moby Grape? Yeah, great '60s San Francisco psychedelic band. I got a live Moby Grape album which I really like, and another album I can't remember, maybe their first one or something. But yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of that era of music. So Island Girl wasn't on. No, well,
Oh,
Island Girl
was that Caribou? I think it was on Caribou.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I said it was. I was thinking like Jamaica Jerk Off. Like that's not a glam song.
No.
Similar kind of genre.
Yeah, Empty Sky's an album I just kind of ignored.
I've never listened to Empty Sky.
Me neither. Billy has written all of classical music. He has.
He has.
But who's paid any attention to it? I've never heard it. It's classical.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul wrote some classical stuff too.
Yeah. I mean, just based on pure musicianship, I mean, there's no question.
Oh, Randy's waiting to come in. I didn't even notice him here. Randy.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Randy.
Good to see you, man. Sorry, how long have you been sitting at the bottom of the screen? I've been ignoring you.
Oh, just a little bit. I forgot about our thing we're doing tomorrow, and I had to straighten out. I was going to take somebody to the airport, and
you were going to miss our '60s movies thing?
No, now he's getting an Uber now.
Oh.
Wow, what a friend.
You, I gotta talk about The Great Escape. I can't be driving you to the airport.
Are you giving one away already?
Oh, well, I figure that might be on everybody's list. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, that one person was asking me if I was Norwegian because I made a comment about aha.
Yes, Rob, I can see your comment. Hold on a second. We can see your comments, Rob. The three amigos. Hey, Doc. Yeah. Sorry, Randy. Go ahead.
Yeah. So he asked me if I was Norwegian, and I said no, I wasn't. That's what the comment was.
Oh.
Because in Bergen, Norway, there's this big kind of ugly obelisk that the lead singer of aha designed, and we took a walking tour in Bergen, and the guy wasn't too crazy about the aha singer. Artistic prowess.
Wow.
That's funny.
Look at this, Glenn. We have the Cosmic Torpedoes and our creator.
Hey.
Mr.
Oh, that's right, too. Yeah. Yeah, he's the guy. He's the reason we exist. Right there. I got a couple albums you guys yesterday I picked up used.
Show us. Oh, look at that. Volume 2.
Geez, it's in mint condition. I bought it for $7.
I need that one. I don't have that one.
Is Volume 2 the one that has the John Denver song? I can't. What is it?
It's got
yeah. What's the song called?
Oh,
who's on here?
Yeah, John Prine's on there.
Yeah, Prine's on here. Grandpa was a carpenter. They do. Life's Railway to Heaven.
Johnny Cash.
When I Get My Rewards, Levon Helm.
Yeah.
Sam Bush and the Newgrass Revival. Ricky Skaggs. And So It Goes, John Denver. That's a beautiful song.
He does a great job on
that. Yeah. Emmylou Harris. Jimmy Martin, the great Jimmy Martin.
Roy Acuff, too.
This is in like mint condition. The inserts are all just perfectly, and album looks like it's never been played. Two records.
I have it on CD. I don't have it on.
Me too. I've never seen it on vinyl before, and I went, oh my god, that's.
What year was that? Was that about 82?
Somewhere around there.
83.
Who else is on here? I don't know who this woman is. Paulette Carlson. I don't know who that is.
Mm-mm.
She sings "Lovin' on the Side." Lost River with Michael Martin Murphy. John Hyatt, One Step Over the Line. Roger McGuinn, You Ain't Going Nowhere.
Yeah, with Chris Hillman.
The Valley Road with Bruce Hornsby. That's great.
Oh
too.
yeah, I love that song.
That's a great song. And Will the Circle Be Unbroken with Everyone. I'm just pretty excited to find that.
I love that they have that extra verse in there about the songs that Mother Maybelle taught us.
Yeah.
The Dirt Band, Jimmy Ibbotson and Jeff Hanna.
And I got a Dillard's album.
Ooh.
Tribute to
American Duck.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I've never heard this album before, but it's all the original guys. This is Mitch Jane and Rodney and oh, you know what? Doug Dillard's not in the band.
Is it Herb Peterson at that point?
Yeah, Billy Ray Latham, Dean Webb, Irv Duncan, road manager says, Paul York.
Oh, Paul York from the that was John York from the Byrds.
Mitch Jane. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
it's
know. I've
3 out
never
of
heard
4
this
of
album, but I got it for $7, so I thought I can't go wrong.
Yeah, Doug left for a good bit, and then Herb Peterson took over for a while.
And Randy, are you familiar with this album?
Alan
The soundtrack?
Oh, Lucky Man? No.
Remember that movie? It came out in the 70s. It was one of those weird movies, like after Clockwork. Who was the guy who did Clockwork Orange? Is it
Stanley Kubrick?
So I think this is his follow-up movie to A Clockwork Orange, and it's even weirder than Clockwork Orange.
Huh.
Not as good as Clockwork Orange. But Alan Price, who was the keyboard player for the Animals.
Spoiler alert, Stanley Kubrick has some great movies in the 60s.
Look who's here.
Hey.
Boy.
What's up?
There you go.
Hanging in the wings. What's up?
You're just a pig in the wing, as somebody once said.
Okay,
That's
I'll put
right.
all those away later. That drives you nuts. Okay, I got okay, Rob's giving me shit here. I was asked, could you skip my comment twice? I suggest that you watch my Elton John concert video to see how cool it was. Okay, I will do that, Rob. I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to miss your comments. I'm a rookie at this, so I'm still trying to. I need a producer or something in the background.
Actually,
to track everything.
I don't think that comment came up. I saw that he'd mentioned Mona Lisa's, but I mean,
Yeah, that's the last one I saw. But I think I scrolled down pretty quick to try and get caught up, and I missed a few here.
I need to go back and watch it too, because Robert, I remember you put it up, and I intentionally skipped it because I didn't want any spoilers on the set list. Because I did that. I did the same for Jeff Witcher. I skipped his video too, and just watched it. I need some.
How dare you sit there and drink all our beer? Oh, it's made for us, the workers who sweat,
Spit and swear. Is
swear.
that a line?
That's a line from something. I got to get caught up here before people give me shit.
Too late.
Billy took his time and put out good albums. Elton put out a lot of bad albums.
Here we go.
Wow, we got a okay. So we've got a debate going on: Elton John or Billy Joel.
That's tough, man.
Elton John.
Elton John.
Yeah, I think Elton John's better, but I don't want to discount Billy Joel. I like a lot of his stuff too.
Yeah, but Billy Joel put
It's
out a lot of albums with a lot of.
Elton's at a higher level.
Yeah, I think so too. Billy did make some great albums, but I think he had a lot of filler on his albums too. Not necessarily the classic albums, but a little later on. Like with We Don't Start, like Glass Houses and all that. There's some great songs on there, but there's some stuff on there that you just don't care about.
I think he was a great at melody. I don't think he was always the best lyricist.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I give Billy Joel a hard time. It's really hard to compare the two because I mean they're not really the same type of music. They just both play piano really well.
Glenn drinking the beer. Glenn doesn't drink anymore. So I wasn't. I'm not. I'm drinking. I'm finished now.
He's got to come over here to get his Dr. Pepper Zeros.
I still have. I brought 2 cases back when I came back from Florida, and I'm savoring them. Like I have like one every third day.
It's
or
like you got a
something.
wine cellar for Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. OMG, 4 amigos. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got
up?
4 for Euchre. Howdy, gentlemen. Hey, Jeff.
Jeff.
Glenn, you're gonna run out of screen space. Yes. Till we look like the Brady Bunch. Then we'll stop. Billy and Elton tie. Yeah, you know what? They're both great. They are. It's kind of hard to slam one of them. Oh, that's a good one. The Dillard album. One of their latest ones. Dooley update version is great on Duck. Yeah, because I love Dooley. That's one of their best songs. Not really a bad track on the album, but no Herb on it. Okay, cool. Thank you for the review. I'm anxious to hear it.
So, a tribute to the American duck, is that the animal, or is that like Donald Duck Dunn, or what does that mean?
I don't know.
Donald Duck Dunn.
I don't know. They were such weird dudes. They just it was probably an inside joke or something.
I'm looking into it now.
Let us know
One thing
if
you got to
find
give
any.
Billy over Elton. Billy wrote his own lyrics. Elton had Bernie. So I mean, there's a little.
There we go. Look at this.
Maybe Elton needed Bernie. I mean, maybe.
Maybe Billy needed Bernie.
Yeah, maybe Billy and Bernie. Maybe they should have wrote together. Wouldn't that be interesting collaboration?
That would be interesting. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, Billy
wrote out some classic melodies and stuff, and let Bernie fill in the lyrics with Elton.
Yeah,
You never know.
I mean, I agree. The Elton John catalog has stronger lyrics, but Billy still had some good songs. I mean, he still wrote some.
He does.
Oh man, Billy Joel. He hasn't made an album since '91, and he's still put out like a 2-hour show full of hits.
Bob's got a good point here. Probably my favorite Billy Joel song, "Scenes from an Italian Restaurant."
It's a great song. I love And So It Goes. I think it's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
I think The Stranger is my favorite album, probably of his.
Yeah, I would say that's his strongest album.
All I have for him is like an essential, which I don't usually buy, but that's all I wanted for him.
I like the earlier ones though, before he was really famous, like Turnstiles and that. They're pretty good albums.
Turnstiles is very good. It's an excellent album.
Yeah.
Glass Houses.
Yeah.
Even his first album, Piano Man's very good. I like Turnstile, my second favorite, and 50 Seconds.
Donald Duck Dunn with Willie Too Big Hall. They were on which? He's saying that about maybe the American Duck.
Mm-hmm. Randy, what's on your record store day list? Do you have any standouts?
I kind of was interested in the I think it was a 4 LP set with Eric Burden in the Animal or in the War.
Yeah, it's kind of a whole. What is it? Just
it's his albums with
or.
I think just the albums he did with them, they're coming out. And then there's like 3 Motown albums. Like those were kind of interesting me.
Smokey and Martha and the Vandellas.
And Four Tops, I think there's an album or something like that.
Four Tops would be cool. I love the Four Tops. I'm all over the Janis Joplin, Jorma Kaukonen album, recorded on his tape recorder in his place in 1964. The tracks I've heard sound phenomenal.
Is that the typewriter tapes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta get that. I don't usually have anything a Grail from for Record Store Day, but that I gotta have that.
What about you, Sam?
I'm gonna do the Fountains of Wayne, Traffic and Weather. It's the first time on vinyl. I'd like to get the Ringo live album from 2019 because that was the tour that I saw him on. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to have like a memento of that. There is I know I mentioned there was an America album. There is an America record that's coming. I cannot remember what it is. I'm probably not going to get it, but Marshall Crenshaw, I'm on the fence about because I have a really good original copy of it, and the new version just has some extra tracks, and I don't know if I need the extra tracks for $40 or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, I've got a good original copy too, so I probably won't get that.
It's
Even though
it's
some
different
are-
artwork. Yeah.
Net wants to know, with Wings, which lineup of players do you think collaborated best with Paul? My favorites are Joe English, Jimmy McCullough, and Lane, of course. Yeah, I mean, that's the classic Wings lineup. Denny Lane, I mean, obviously number one for me.
Yep.
I like McCullough's voice a lot.
Yeah,
He was only like 20, 21.
yeah. Themes from an Italian restaurant was inspired by Golden Slumbers. That is correct.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Good trivia. Blues Brothers.
Rich, I finished off.
60s Blues Brothers, not 70s.
That's 1980.
80, yeah.
That's what I think.
I finished off the America box set today. I listened to the other three.
Okay, what'd you think overall?
I'm kind of with you on Hat Trick. That one was really kind of slow.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Muskrat Love was the big hit off of it is all I needed to know. Really.
Yeah, that's a
But
good cover.
Hearts is really
Yeah.
good. I liked Hearts a lot.
I like
Is
Hearts,
that like a new? They just put a new box set of all their albums, or
No, Rich, I didn't do a video because I was sick, but Rich sent me one of those, like, original.
the original 5 album sets?
Yeah, like the first 5 album sets of America.
They're the 5 best.
Yeah.
Especially 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, out of those 5, Hat Trick was definitely the last in my list,
That's what I thought too.
but not terrible. I mean, it was just slower.
Hey, Michael, thanks for joining us. Glass Houses is my favorite Joel album. Yeah, Strangers. Strangers is classic, I think.
Yeah.
Inspired by Golden Slumbers. Yes. Very true about Golden Slumbers. Yes. Nats line for Wings. Yes. Rob, see, I got you. Janice and Jorma sounds interesting. Yes, I'm all considering Ringo's live album. What is it? All-Star Band album coming on Record Store Day?
Yeah, it was from the 2019 tour, which is like the tour that I saw.
Okay.
The other Ringo albums, you got Ringo the Fourth, which is coming out on Friday Music, and I don't really care for Friday Music.
See you, Doc. Take care, buddy.
Bye, Doc.
See you, Doc.
Rob Skure. I got caught up. Rich, I just showed the soundtrack album for Old Lucky Man from by Alan Price. Do you remember that movie?
I saw it years ago. Yeah, it's directed by
Was that Kubrick?
Lindsay Anderson.
Oh, I thought
Is the
Kubrick
guy
had
who
something to do with it.
No. What's her face is in it though? Malcolm McDowell's in it.
Maybe that's what you're thinking.
Get out of here. I hate this thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird flick.
Very weird. I saw it at the show, and it was like one of the weirdest movies I've ever saw in my life. I don't think I even knew what was going on.
Did you see that movie in 1968 called If? That was
No.
directed by the same guy. If.
Oh, was it? I don't know why I thought it was Kubrick or something.
He's a brilliant Lindsay Anderson.
Yeah.
And Malcolm McDowell was the star of Lucky Man.
Yeah, he was. Maybe that's why I'm confusing it with Clockwork Orange, because it
think
was
so.
Malcolm McDowell's next movie after Clockwork Orange.
It was.
Okay, that's where I'm getting it from.
Yeah.
Old Wave is being issued for Record Store Day too.
Yeah, Old Wave. Yeah, because that was never released in the U.S.
What's for dinner, Doc?
Yeah, Doc, let us know the menu, please.
Yeah.
Back bacon from Canada.
I'm back. Hi, Rich and Randall. Oh, yeah. See, things changed since you were gone there.
Hello.
You got more people now.
How many in the house, Glenn? What do you have there?
72?
Wow.
Oh, 24. Sorry.
Okay. That sounds reasonable.
The most my record so far is 27.
Pretty good.
Yeah. We got to get up to 30. I want to see a 3. I'm going to have a telethon. That's it. I'm dying to do that. I just want to stay in the air until like I actually drop.
Do your best, Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just yell at your guests and
Would
make
someone
them feel
please feed this man, this poor man?
I'm ready. Tonight is the first full. Obviously, it's the first day of fall, and tonight in Virginia we're looking at about 48 degrees tonight.
Ooh.
It's cold here today. It was like
I saw your long sleeve. That's what made me think. About
it. It was, and I got sweatpants on instead of shorts. It was like
you lied. You said you didn't have pants.
Yeah, no, I don't. I've got sweat. Well, no, I guess I do. Yeah,
he was doing a hula dance earlier. You didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
How's your 60s list coming along?
Oh, it's done, man. It's been done for I think 5 minutes after we ended the show last week. I had written all of them down.
Right.
Oh man, I just love that era for movies.
It was tough. It was tough.
It was hard to leave. I left a ton out that I just go, oh man, yeah.
I got a couple that I believe I left off, but I did.
But that's my wheelhouse. 60s movies. That's when I just was going to the show all the time. And
I was telling Glenn Rich that could have been broken up into genres for the 60s. I mean, westerns, war movies, romances, comedies.
Yeah.
You could do a whole week on the 60s.
Yeah.
26 likes. That's because that's it. When I was doing it by myself, I only had 2 likes. As soon as Sam showed up, I got a whole bunch. It's all.
I'm contagious. People don't want to be near me.
No, it's hair. It's hair does it.
I haven't touched my hair in a long time.
Subscribe and thumbs up the hell out of this video. Glenn Kellaway all the way. Yeah, Michael.
Wow, look at Michael.
What enthusiasm, nice We like that enthusiasm.
That's what.
Hey, no dead air. Rachel told me no dead air. There can't be dead air. So even when there's dead air, I'm just going to say there can't be dead air.
All right.
Sing us a Norwegian folk song, Garrett.
Did you watch the Jays and the Phillies last night?
Sure did, man. We needed that win, let me tell you.
Wow. What a great game that was.
Came back from 3 in the 8th inning. I didn't see it coming, but
I didn't either. Pissed me off.
It would do.
Yeah. You still need those games, right? Is Philly still battling for the wild card, or?
Yeah, we're hanging on by a thread, man. Milwaukee's hot.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yep.
Your Eagles look good on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, that was one of the better games played in a long time.
They are one of the most exciting teams to watch this year. That's almost like can't miss football when the Eagles are playing now.
Yeah, they a lot of really good players. And everything clicks, man. They can look like the best team out there.
Yeah.
My other league, I have Jalen as my quarterback. And, I mean, I was like every single player that I had hit like 15 points or higher, and I still lost by like 10 points. I had like 145 points, and the guy I was playing had like 156. It was just
how many teams in that league? I mean, is it like an all-star team on every team?
No, it's the same as the VC league. I think it's 10 teams. Yeah. Because I'm manager of that league, and they're all buddies from school and a couple of cousins. So
it's a lot of points to lose, man.
I know. So you would think that would be an all-star team, but no, we've all got bottom of the barrel guys too. So,
hey, Glenn, you played the Rented Mules this week. Good luck. Rented Mules for Glenn this week.
I'm playing the Rented Mules this week, so
yes.
Yeah.
We already gave Doc crap.
Has anybody heard the Ringo's new EP?
Yeah, I have it. I just got it. I got it yesterday on my way home from work.
I haven't heard it yet, but it has received some positivity. Joe from Mean Mr. Mayo doesn't like it though. Well, Joe. I mean, Joe loves Ringo, so that would be wow.
I think Joe. He liked a couple of tracks more than he thought, and I know Matt Street said the same thing. I got it. I listened to it this morning for the first time. And again, he's not breaking new ground. So if you even remotely like the other 2 EPs, you're going to like it.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the star power in this one. Like there's no Joe Walsh. There's no McCartney. Really the only star on it is Steve Lukather.
What do you think the thought behind Ringo putting out EPs rather than LPs? Like, why doesn't he just save the songs for money and put it on an album?
It's money. It's still you're buying it at the same price of a regular CD.
Yeah,
it's all money.
I just know if as much as I'm a Beatle freak and I got nothing but respect for Ringo, and I would buy. I just don't want to spend my money on those things because I know I'll listen to them once and put them on the shelf and they'll sit there forever. Like I'm just not pulling that off the shelf to listen to.
Yeah.
So just to have it for the sake of having it.
Yeah, I would definitely stream it first if you're on the fence. Yeah.
But we don't have any drama in my stream. Bring on Mazzy and Michael 45. Yeah, they well,
Nah.
this is a no drama chat.
We're a drama-free zone, man.
We
Our
are
biggest
drama
drama
free,
is
man.
fantasy
It's
football.
all we got our little chants here to stay calm, and
I have
we're
incense
all
up to the
we're all
side.
on medication. There's no drama.
I'm on medication.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
amoxicillin.
This is just a cool kind of place to hang out and talk about music and have fun. Can't do fantasy leagues. I root for a team and not players. Can't
I get
hope
that.
the QB does. Yeah, it does kind of I agree.
It's weird.
I'm watching the Raiders, and I want the Raiders to win, but the team they're playing, I've got 3 guys in my fantasy pool, and I'm going, come on, kick their ass. It ruins
Yeah.
everything. Now we're getting drama. I'm getting all upset here.
That's why it's almost like once the playoffs come, you can kind of breathe, which is the opposite
Yeah.
of what it should be. You're like, oh, finally, fantasy's over.
That's so true.
Oh, the number of times that I've had quarterbacks against Brady, and I've been pulling for Brady, but I'm like, I need, Patrick Mahomes to whoop his tail.
Yeah, I'm rooting for guys I don't like. That's why I didn't pick any Cowboys on my team, because I can't stand the Cowboys, and there was no way I'm rooting for them.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Ringo said that his recent full-length LP is going to be his last album. Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
he
Why
did
do you
say
guys
that.
say that?
He said that for What's My Name, but then he also releases 3 EPs with 13 tracks total in less than a year and a half.
Yeah.
So he does the same work.
Why even make that comment? Because you never really know if it's going to be your last one.
Well, that's kind of what
he's
Elton
only-
John said, and then he put out another
Only
album.
2. Give him a chance. 82
Yeah.
years old. He's still breaking them out.
And I appreciate it, but maybe he can carry on cranking them out till he's 99. Like, all the power to him.
It's like Tony Bennett. That's what Tony Bennett did.
Yeah. Don't say it's your last one. Never say never.
Right.
Today's record store pickups for me: Alice in Chains, Dirt, Back Odelay. I love Back Odelay. Black Market Brass, Undying Thirst. That's coming out on vinyl, John? Because I was turned on to this album by the great Steve Carlson. Black Market Brass. It's they're a band from the States. There's about 10 of them, and it's kind of got African rhythms mixed in with like a soul thing. It's really interesting. It's a great album, Undying Thirst.
I'll be right back.
As much as I like a lot of jazz, John Coltrane for me, who is just like a giant of jazz, and I have a hard time getting into Coltrane.
I actually went to the record store today, and the guy in there had a early Coltrane album on Blue Note, and it was $120 what he wanted for this original one.
Wow.
I didn't get it.
Yeah. No, I get that Ringo's getting up there and he probably wants to retire, but you know what? These guys have been playing music all their lives, and I just can't see them stopping. That's all.
They're not going to stop. There's too
That's
much
what they
money. to
do.
be
So to say it's your last of anything is just, we've been listening to the Who say it's their last tour since 1986 or something.
It seems so different now, because when we grew up, would you ever buy a record from a 2-year-old person? I wouldn't. But now
No.
we're waiting for their records to pop. When's the next one? When's the next one?
Yeah.
These guys are in their 80s. It's
I
a
know.
different mindset.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Yeah.
That's because we're old, I guess.
Yeah. But as long as they're still relevant, the music's still good. I'm good with it. Like, I don't have any problem. Some of these guys are getting, like a guy like Steve Earle. I mean, he's not that old yet, but he gets better with age, I think. I can't believe how Steve just keeps cranking out these great albums.
Well, that's Mellencamp too.
Everybody has a peak, though. Everybody has a peak and then they start going downhill.
Well, that's why I feel like they can't compete with their own catalogs after a while. So when you buy like a new McCartney album or something, unless he's putting out something really good, like if it's just an average album and you're buying it just because it's Paul McCartney's name on it, you're going to put it on the shelf and you're going to pull out Band on the Run or Ram or whatever. When you listen to McCartney, you're not going to listen to the new ones.
completist, and you have to have everything from a given artist.
Yeah.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but you're not going to be reaching for the that's not
No.
as good. I mean,
If a band like that's still putting out albums and they've been doing it for 50 years, and you've got their catalog of 10 to 20 albums that they've released, when you want to listen to that band, you're listening to the classic albums.
right.
Do you guys remember Wings of a Nightingale? Yeah, that was written by Paul.
So when I saw Sarah Jarosz, she covered that song.
Oh, did she?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a
That's
really
how I
nice
first heard it.
song, actually.
It's a
I
great
like that.
song.
Yeah.
Everly Brothers put out a couple good later albums where they did some Dylan songs and
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Really? That'd be interesting. Okay, there's a Coltrane album for us to try. Coltrane Plays the Blues. Okay, I'm going to try that one.
One of the hardest albums that I own to get through is Love Supreme Live.
Oh, live. I can't even. The studio one just drives me nuts.
I love the studio version.
Really? I can't.
Yeah, I've even got like the Impulse version. I love that album. But
Really?
yeah, I mean that was a huge influence on the Grateful Dead and David Crosby.
Yeah.
But
I should give it a try again.
he only did it live once, like the full album. He did it up in Seattle, and Impulse put it out earlier this year, and it's very hard to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He should have never done it live. I've only listened to it once. I don't know why I still have the album.
10 to 15 years creative peak, then diminished results. Yeah, for a lot of artists.
But then you have somebody like Dylan. Sometimes when I listen to Dylan, I want to listen to, 2001, Love and Theft, or Modern Times.
Rough and Rowdy Ways gets played by me at least twice a week, I would say. Since
Wow, really?
Out. I love that. I would pick that as a top 5 Dylan album.
Top 5? It's not even my 20.
Really, I think it would. Yeah, it would be my top 10 for sure. Oh, top 5 might be stretching it.
Have you done a Dylan ranking video? Is it?
We should. I was thinking about doing a Dylan ranking video from Time Out of Mind to the present.
Well, my friend Tommy did one where he talked about he ranked the original Dylan albums. He didn't count the standards albums, but he did everything from Love and Theft or from Time Out of Mind onward.
Yeah.
And ranked them.
I'd like to do that. We're going to resurrect the Sam and Glenn show. Maybe we should do that.
Cosmic Conversations.
Cosmic Conversations, Randy. So it's
That's what it's called.
Wow, somebody just gave 5, but Jason, thank you so much.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wow, that's my first one ever.
Wow.
So good.
Very cool.
I'm absolutely blown away.
It's $1.25 a piece.
Yeah. Pretty good. I feel like Larry Graves. That's called a dono. I don't know where that term came from. A donation, maybe it's short for donation.
Donut.
That's really cool. Oh wow, I'm like, okay, I'm out of here. That's it. Let's get better than that.
You can spend it on some John Coltrane.
Springsteen has a good run. Love, yeah. Goes to Tom Joad might be his last great album. Well, maybe the Rising.
I'm a huge fan of Western Stars. I think that's a masterpiece.
Yeah, I like Western Stars.
I think it's a masterpiece.
As good as it is, it's not as good as The Run or Darkness or The River or Nebraska, in my opinion, anyway.
I was one of the few that I think I like Letter to You more than I like Western Stars.
Ooh, nah.
Letter to You is just too. It's almost like I'm going to write a Bruce Springsteen album. Well, it's like
a few of the songs were old songs.
Almost too forced. Some of it. Yeah, I find that's an album that competes with his. What Letter to You competes with his older albums, like Rich was saying that. So I would rather listen to Darkness or something than Letter to You.
If I was a priest, I think it's better than anything on Western Stars.
Yeah.
Really? That's a good song. That's a pretty. I mean, that's like classic sounding Bruce. The thing is, like Western Stars is made as more of like a traditional pop, Jimmy Webb album.
Have any of you guys read Bruce's autobiography?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
I have not.
It's been a few years. You read it exactly the way he speaks.
You do. I'm
That's
having
a
a hard
good
time
thing.
getting through with it. I bought it when it first came out, and I'm still trying to get through it. I've got it sitting by my bed, and every once in a while I pick up and read a chapter. But I find with his writing is fantastic. I mean, he's such a great writer,
Yeah.
and I don't think he had a ghostwriter on this. You can tell it's him.
No, it's his voice through and
Yeah,
through.
it's amazing. But I just find Bruce has had such a boring life. Like nothing's really happened to Bruce Springsteen. There was never a
I'll tell
drug
you,
issue. He's not one of those guys who's had a ton of affairs. He's a
hmm
family guy. He is like a kind of mentality of a working class guy.
Well,
And
the
it's kind of
first
like
quarter
I'm
of it
reading
is
the Rich Strickler biography or the Randy Nelson biography. Wonderful human beings, but or myself, like whatever has ever happened in our lives that people would want to read a 400-page
it's very
book about.
mundane. The same thing every day. That
Yeah.
business,
Yeah.
Are any of you all getting the new Birds book that just came out?
I heard it's pretty good.
No.
I'm interested.
Yeah, I really want to get, because it's curated by the 3 surviving members.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
of course,
that's
they have
cool.
like different versions. There's like a $600 version with all of them signing it, but there's also
Wow.
a standard, like, $50 hardback.
Carney said, "Why retire? Only making music a hobby anyway." Yes. No matter how well regarded I give an album 3 spins. If I don't get it, I'm done with it. I have too much music I already love, and I'm more than 3 spins on most albums because I got to give albums more than that, unless it's something I really hate.
I'm kind of with DC though. I'm kind of like, why invest if it's a 40-minute album, that's already 120 minutes 3 times, and I'm like, why would I do another 40 minutes of this?
Well, I got to hear something interesting in it that's going to make me go back for a 4th time. Like, because some albums that they make me uncomfortable when I listen to them, and I go, but I can hear them good musicianship, and I hear there's something there that keeps me coming back, and eventually those albums grow to be my favorite albums. So,
yeah.
Rachel Coindono. Well, we love anything Rachel coined. I'm in. You rock, Jason Pegg. He does rock. Western Stars is great. It is a good album.
I think also Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame, I think that's his favorite. That's what I think Josh told us that, Rich, on our last video or 2 videos ago. He said that's Brandon's favorite Springsteen album.
Letter to You was lacking.
High praise.
I just think he tried to compete with his 70s stuff, and just
I haven't listened to Letter to You in a year.
Ghost of Tom Joad is one of his favorite albums. That's one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, I love Nebraska
too.
Nebraska's in my top 5, easy for Bruce.
Yeah.
Easily.
So cool. Joan, jeez. This thing suffers from bouts of depression.
He does.
Glenn, are you going to enter Robert? Yes, I'm going to enter the contest. I was going to do it today, actually, and I didn't get around to it. Have you guys entered Robert's contest yet?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Robert's on my turntable. Please enter his contest. He's not doing it for any reason other than to have fun on a contest, and it's just Robert has this series where he says bands that you should all know or whatever it is, and so he's asked us just to pick one kind of more obscure band and talk about it. So it's kind of interesting. I kind of in my wheelhouse because I got a lot of weird shit I want to talk about. So it gives me an opportunity.
I was thinking about a contest because I was kind of like, I feel like I've given people contest burnout with like our most recent one, Glenn, that we had, and I had one a few months before that.
Yeah.
I don't think that new people are going to latch on to it.
No.
Because
I think if you want to do it to generate subscribers, then you need to pick a topic that's really appeals to a vast, wide variety of people. I don't think
your top 10 favorite Sam Bush songs.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, right? You want to do you want to do a Beatles thing or something, or
right.
Show me your whatever, or talk about what what was popular when you're in high school or something. Some people can relate to.
Yeah, I haven't done a video since I got back, so it's been like over 3 weeks. Guess I need to do one.
You should do one in Norwegian language. You probably learn a bunch of stuff. You probably
There's several contests going on, but I'm burned out with the contest. I'm not doing any of them right now.
Yeah,
All I know in Norwegian is Tusen tak. Thank you very much.
Oh, there we go, Michael. I didn't know what he said Joan. Jeez. He meant Jode. I'm going, okay.
I didn't know that.
Joan Baez.
Joan Crawford.
I haven't been into Springsteen since Born in the USA.
That's a long time
He's missing
ago.
out on some good stuff there, Nat. I mean, I think The Rising was a pretty good album.
I even liked Wrecking Ball a lot.
Wrecking Ball had some good stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
I love the
What's
Rising.
the one that had In the Land of Hope and Dreams on it? Did he put it out after?
Wrecking Ball.
Wrecking Ball, okay.
He was doing that song live before.
Oh, for a
It was on that
years
live
before.
album too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I quit at 3 spins, I wouldn't have ever loved Dangerous by Michael Jackson.
Maybe it's dangerous to go more than 3 spins.
Yes. Never, not ever. I'm going to shoot my keyboard. I have a CD box that was his Coltrane playing Love Supreme complete in Tibby's Jazz Festival 65. Pretty sure it's different than the Impulse release. I'd love a Sammy Bush contest. Yeah, me too.
That'll get me 1 subscriber.
Sam told me yesterday. I mean, no one else cares about this but me and Sam probably, and maybe Block Sonic Wafers. But Sam Bush is putting out a new album of John Hartford songs, which, I mean, John Hartford's one of my musical heroes, and Sam Bush is one of my favorite musicians. So this is like a grail for me.
Have you guys noticed that the subscriptions are kind of dead right now? Mine are kind of like flat.
Yeah.
I don't know what it are. It hasn't moved.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm dropping 1 and 2 every day. It's staying
Yeah,
right
that's where
there.
I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah, it's moving pretty slow, I'd have to say.
I haven't done anything for it today, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like people used to do contests to celebrate reaching a milestone. Now they do them to get more subs. Yeah, that's the reason people do them, to try and. Well, everybody you want. I mean, really, ideally, people are trying to reach the 1,000 goal so they can have commercials and
Well, so here's the thing with the whole 1,000
monetizing.
thing. You've also got to hit that hourly mark, and my hourly mark
Yeah.
is so far behind my subscribers. Like once I get to 1,000, if it's the same rate, it's going to take me forever to get to that. I mean, I might be like at 1.5 thousand.
Mine was like that too. I when I hit 1,000, I didn't have enough hours.
Yeah,
You have to have 4,000 viewing hours over a period of so many months or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I hit 1,000. I went, oh great, and then I went, no, I
No,
didn't
you gotta
have
wait.
the hours, and it took me a while to build that up, but it got there. So.
Yeah.
What did Rob say? I'm sorry, Rob. I'm skipping you again. I feel like people used to do contests. Oh, okay. Good point, Rob. I stream before I buy. I do that to a point.
Yeah.
Wrecking Ball by Emmy Lou. Great album. Produced by Daniel Lanois, I believe.
No.
Lots of weird stuff going on.
I hear something in the
Can you
background.
put up links to the panel's YouTube channels? I don't know how to frickin' do that. How do I do that?
You have to copy and paste the link into the
Oh, I don't know.
into the description.
Oh my
or
God,
into
I don't know how
the,
to do that.
You can put it in the chat. Or
I
in the
apologize, but if
description.
you just go to on YouTube and then search their names, that their channels all come up just from their names, especially with these, because these guys all use their names as their channel names. So I will do my homework and try and figure out how to do that. Rich can show me after the
It's
maybe
easy
tomorrow.
to do.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to figure it out right now because
No.
I have a hard enough time keeping up with the comments and staying awake.
If I could get into the chat, I would put it in the chat.
How do I get you into the chat? What do I do? Give you a wrench or something?
No, he has to go through. I'll do it. I'll do it now.
Oh, you know how to do it?
Yeah.
I can't do it for you, but I can put it in the chat, and it would just be in the chat. But it wouldn't be like under the video once the video is done.
Right.
Because I'm not the administrator of the video.
He's asking if I've been globetrotting. Yeah, I just got back from Norway, for people who didn't know. which was beautiful, beautiful country.
Do you have okay? You've been to most countries in Europe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a ranking. Favorite European country you visited?
My favorite's France, I think. But
Yeah.
love the
Second.
food. Second, ooh, Ireland. I loved Ireland. If you can.
Ireland would be. Yeah, that's on my bucket list.
Germany's great. I love Germany. I don't know. I've liked every European country I've gone to.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I wish I could get a chance. I don't know if I'm ever going to.
You said 215 countries?
You get 250. Yeah, he's been to 215 countries. No subscribers.
Oh, I go, wow. Yeah, man, that's impressive. Is that about every country?
How many countries in the world are there? There are even 215?
I don't know, but I was really impressed there for a second.
Yeah, Randy, you're a lightweight. It's time your people aren't on YouTube like they will be in a few weeks. Yeah, I think that is probably true, Michael. It's probably, summertime, people are out. I do find that when I put up a video, you get most of the views come at night or in the middle of the night. I get up the next morning, like I'll put it on in the morning and I'll have like 20 views. Then I'll get up the next day and it'll be 100. Like I think people watch late at night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, globally.
Their names aren't on the screen.
Yeah,
I think that's up.
Aren't on the screen.
Well, how do I do that? Or is that up to me or is that up to you?
Take the comment off the screen and then the names will pop up. I think.
Edit the name. No, your name's okay. Let me take the comment off for a sec. Yeah, your name's on the screen.
Yeah, they're there when you put the comments up.
Yeah, those are the names.
And I put Rich, Randy, and Mom information in the chat for now.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
But
okay, thanks, John, for helping me out there, buddy. I saw your pictures. Oh, Randy.
Oh yeah.
They're awesome.
Music talks. The names were up. I'm just moderating. Don't have control over that. Yeah, I don't have a friggin' clue. If someone wants to tell me I can make this better, I will. But I'm a live chat virgin here, so I'm just trying to make my way.
You're learning on the fly.
I am. I got somebody threw me in the pool, and I'm taking my last gulp.
Yeah.
I need a life jacket still. Did you ever check analytics to see where your views are coming from? No, I don't do that too much. You guys analyze your analytics? I don't.
Once in a while, not too often. I noticed that every person that watches my videos is male, though. I don't have female.
Yeah, I think I have one female.
I think I have one.
Yeah. That's funny because all my viewers are female.
Right.
You guys are ugly. That's why.
Actually, I got two.
YouTube took my comments out because they don't like links in the chat.
Is that what it said?
They think that you're, soliciting things.
Oh.
So
we're friends on Facebook. Okay. Michael says that's why you should
always post
my streams, Glenn. Views are always a part of the growth of any channel. You rock. Thank you, Michael. And I will be posting I posted the first one, and I will have this posted. I seem to get a lot of views from India and Pakistan. Me too. I've noticed that. Interesting. I think that's because I like Ravi Shankar. And Within You Without You is one of my favorite Beatles songs.
There you go.
They'll pull them for review. I have 10% female viewers. I'm a real lady. Well, John, you're a pretty attractive guy. That's what it is. Yeah. Sam must have an all female with that hair. It's got to be
zero. It's zero.
Wow. Man.
You got Gene.
Yeah.
His viewers are female. That's because he wears no pants. I thought females would find that disgusting. I think you're better off saying you're wearing a nice pair of dress trousers. Women would like that better. Wow. So what time is it anyway? Well, it's after 6, guys. I think I got to call it quits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
been
about ready to
2
go.
hours. Thanks, you guys, for coming on and making this cool. It's awesome.
Thank
I
you.
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Glenn.
Thanks for everyone who's watching. There's 17 now. We had up to 27. So yeah, there's Michael. One last thing before we go. Always analyze your analytics. They can direct your whole approach to creating comments. Links disappear on my channel too, guys. Yeah. Michael, thank you so much. I appreciate all the advice and you supporting it. And guys, love you all. Thank you. Thank
Take
you everyone
care.
for watching, and we'll be doing this again soon.
Yep.
So we'll see you guys tomorrow go to Rich Strickler's channel tomorrow at noon. Our favorite movies from the 60s.
Yep.
And we'll
All
see
right.
you guys
See you
later.
guys.
Take care.
Bye.